Hey there, this is just a short video showing some techniques that I think are quite useful to know when you first try using Promarkers on canvas paper or canvas board or canvases in general. So basically I thought I'd do quite a cartoony sort of city scene covered in mist and quite spooky, and then put the Batman logo in a unique way. So I start off using some cool greys, a couple of warm greys, and I create rectangles in the shape, just rough shapes of buildings basically. And as you can see, I create depth by placing buildings behind and close up. Small, large, any shape you want. It doesn't have to be set in stone. You can even find a stock photo and copy the shapes of those buildings if you like. And yeah, so just create shapes of buildings. They don't even have to be neat or all flowing the same way, or even make sense. It's just a background. You're not really going to see a lot of it, as you will see at the end as I cover it with a Batman logo. So basically I use, for the mist, I start off using Twilight Sky as a pro marker, and I just cover parts of I cover all of the background and then work it into the buildings, just covering certain parts, as fog doesn't exactly just go in the background of buildings, it goes over the buildings and around them and in between them. So I thought I'd try and replicate that with the Twilight Sky colour, which I thought was a really nice colour. It's kind of it's not pitch black at night, but it's a nice colour basically. I then went over that with a cool grey, sorry, not a cool grey, a warm grey. As you can see, it's kind of got that browny tinge to it. I then work in again with the Twilight Sky just to blend that grey into the colour beneath it. And yeah, so I layer up these colours. I go over it with darker and darker colours, ending up with black and blending that in with a colourless blender. Sorry about the glare, I tried working without a light on, but it just was too dark, so yeah, too much glare, sorry. Anyway, I blend all this together, all the black, and in the end, I don't think I show this part, but I actually go around the edges because I'm working on a canvas board. I go around the edges just to colour in the white so you don't see any around the edges of the board. But layering it up, and I use circular motions, not like scribbling motions, as I find that creates a better look to the fog. And again, using the colourless blender, I blend some of the colours even further out to where I wanted them to be, so it's kind of the fog's blending and moving almost. You kind of get this 3D effect. So I outline some of the buildings, just the parts that you'd probably be able to see around through the fog, with a black pro marker using the bullet nib, and I create rough windows. Like I said, this is not realism, it's just cartoony. It's not meant to look like it probably should. It's just a rough, showing you how to do certain things. So I fill in the windows, and then I put highlights on the windows with my white paint pen, which I've shown in previous videos. Please check that out if you haven't already. And I added tornado to the tops of the buildings, which I instantly regretted. So in a second you'll see me trying to blend it, and then I add some black over it because I didn't like the colour that they turned out to be. Yeah, you should just to let you know, I think everyone who's watching these videos or does artwork with Promarkers or Copics or anything like that, you should definitely get one of these white paint pens. They're the best for highlights, and if you've seen my other videos, I'll put in a white quite drastic white highlights, and then I can go over it with a Pro Marker and it'll be a lighter colour and it'll still look like a highlight underneath the colour that you're wanting. So it's really great, and I really do suggest getting one of them because they are pretty good. Next I do some final blending with my colourless blender. I blend over the windows because I wanted them to fade a little bit more into the background, and then blend these colours out into the fog, so everything looks very misty, not very standout-ish, if you know what I mean. It kind of just blends. So once I've gotten the buildings to how I want them to look, I start cutting out the Batman logo, which I drew and then used my craft knife to cut out, and I didn't know whether I wanted the inside of the logo to be coloured or the outside, so it shows me contemplating this for quite a while, and then eventually I decide to stick the inside of the logo in the centre, and then I have a spray can, a spray bottle which I filled with some white gouache paint, some yellow gouache paint and a little bit of water, shook that up. In hindsight, I think I should have used some acrylic, as now I'm needing to fix the paint onto my canvas in case any water gets onto it, but any paint will probably work, and I use the Batman logo as a template and then I spray around it, just rough spray. It doesn't have to be neat. I don't want it to colour or cover completely the outside, as I want to see some of the fogginess coming through. So when I take the Batman logo off and let it to dry, so you'll see this in the photo at the end, it just looks like very natural spraying around it, and you can still see the buildings behind the logo and a bit of the fog, and I thought it actually came out with quite a cool effect, and it's quite a quick and simple thing to do, so I think anyone wanting to do this sort of thing should try it. Even beginners with Pro Markers on canvas should try it. It's a really, really quick, fun, easy technique. So yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you for watching. Please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe and leave a couple of comments. Thank you.